Okay, good day everyone. Today I'll be talking about how to pass your profile. A lot of people have been complaining about how to pass profile. But before I dive into what we have today, first of all, I have to apologize to all my subscribers for not updating the channel for some years now, or months back rather. I've been busy with one or two things with a lot of projects I'm handling at the moment. So, without wasting much of our time, I think we'll be diving. Please don't mind the audio. Please don't mind the audio. I kind of having difficulties in setting up my audio. So now, like I said, when you come down to this is gold. A lot of people have been complaining on how to pass accounts. A lot of people have been telling their challenges, their evaluation to the extent some of them do say they rather fund their $20, $50, $100 on their personal account and try to see what will happen. Well, you are the right video tutorial where I'm going to teach you how to pass your evaluation account of any problem. Provided that you stick to the rules of that problem, I will guarantee you 99% sure that if you use this my tutorial video, if you watch it and implement it, you are definitely going to pass your account. Then please stay tuned, stay to the end of this video because I'll be giving some bonuses, I'll be giving some giveaway, and I'll be making some important information, I'll be dropping some important information that you will be needing. So without wasting much of our time, let's get down to what we have for today. So looking at this is gold, and be careful, this is gold, and we are looking at forex.com under gold. So now this is what, if you come down to weekly time frame, this is top down analysis. So what we'll be making use of in this particular video tutorial is weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and 5 minutes time frame. Then those that are my private mentorship, that's where I do teach them 1 minute, because 1 minute is too volatile, and I do pay much attention to those on my private class. So now looking at this, now we see we have looking at starting with what's it called, weekly time frame. If you come to this, what we need to do, let's turn on our magnets. If you turn it on, what we are going to use here is, let me bring it out. Here's our text. Here's our text. Okay, we'll be using. Okay, let me remove this. Sorry, we'll be using. Good. We'll be using MSNR strategy. We'll be using trend line. We'll be using. These are some of the things we'll be using in this video. Trend line strategy. We'll be using liquidity concepts. So stay tuned. So this is an OB slash BB, which is breaker block, order block, and breaker block. So now these are the four strategies we are going to combine to be able to figure out what we are looking at or what we are looking for, which is our entry. Now, if you use this particular strategy I'm going to show you, you guys will find it very easy to be passing your problem without wasting much time. So let's go down. This is weekly time frame. So let's turn on our magnets. This is what I will be using. I will use this particular tool, which is horizontal line. Now, this is our A setup, which is our resistance level. You will not understand this, but if you turn it to line charts, you are going to see something that resembles like A. This is something that looks like A, which is what? This is our resistance. We mark it. Now, when we mark it, we turn this candle back. You see. Now, what we usually do is, remember, we are taking step by step. The number one we are looking at on our list is MSNR strategy. So now, when you come down to This when you mark take it down to line chart, you will mark the recent high, which is our A. Now the next one now is our V sector, which is our support. Now when you come here now, you will mark it. Now we have marked this. Now let's turn it back again. This is what we have, and we are not interested in what has happened here so far. Remember, this is weekly. So now let's step down a bit more. Good. So here now, this what uh this is what we are well this is what this is what we have seen, this is what we are what is what we get in daily time frame. Now remember, there are this particular trend line strategy can still be substituted, using what CRT. Let me put this slash CRT strategy. So I will explain. Just calm down and follow up this video. Now looking at this now, we see something like this. Rejection line. This one are weekly, resistance line. This is our support. Now we turn this into line chart again. So when we turn it, we saw that market pushed up, came down, test this zone before pushing up, and at the end of the day ended up breaking this zone. Now the same thing happens here. Market pushed down, went up, pushed down, and formed what? Double bottom, and this is what? Double top. Now we're trying to bring this thing down. So looking at this, market started pushing up. This is our current market level now. So now what we are going to do now is we mark our daily line, which is what? Which is this. That leg that led, that leg, that leg that broke, what was it called? That leg that we are looking at, that make that break of structure. This is it. In ICT, we call it, what do we call it? Change of character to the downside. So that leg that made that change of character to the downside, which is this. Now we are interested to see what this is our W pattern, where market is just like W pattern before market started going up. So what we are interested to see is we are interested to mark our what? Our resistance. This is our first resistance, this is our second resistance here. So we mark the two. We mark the two. This is the leg, this is before pushing up. So remember, this is we want to take trade on Friday. This is how I got my entry on Friday. So just calm down. So now when you turn it back to candle, you are going to observe a lot of things. And those things you are going to observe is this. Let me expand it a bit, then bring this thing closer. Now what we are going to expand is this one. Now remember, this is our weekly. So at this point in time, it's no longer needed. Let's remove it. Now this one is still needed because market has not tested it. Now looking at this now, we saw that market tested this particular zone, which is this. Market this particular rejection, which is the down level. Market tested it. See, market tested it with and started pushing down. So if we are to take trade on this particular day, let me just analyze here first. If we are to take trade using this particular strategy, this is what we are going to have. We go down to 4-hour time frame to see the chart clearly. When we go down to 4-hour time frame, this is what we are going to get. This is what we are going to get. Good. So this is a market, this is a rejection. So now if you go to daily time frame again, look, we are considering this second option now. Please, we are considering this second option. Now remember, we use MSNR to come down to this lower time frame, which is daily, and we are still going to make use of it in the 4-hour time frame. But let me explain better here. So coming down here, we see that what is CRT, which is candle range theory. For those that doesn't know, candle range theory. So when we look at this now, this is our bullish candle. and this particular candle, this bearish candle closed. Okay, let's say this bullish candle opened here at this point, closed at this point, open at this point, and we're expecting market to push up. All of a sudden, market pushed down, closed here. After pushing down, went up and closed here. This simply means that this bearish candle, let me zoom in so that we can see it clearly. Which simply means that this bearish candle has closed inside this body of this bullish candle. So which simply means that CROT, which is candle range theory, simply means that using this bullish candle that has already engulfed this bearish candle, what we're going to do is we now wait for this particular candle. Sorry, we now wait for this particular candle to close below, and which it did. So after that, now this is the next 4-hour candle. So what we are going to do now is we are going to look for our entry here. Let me mark it so that we can go down to lower time frame to take it. Good. This is the 3 candle that we are interested in now. Good. This is the 3 candle. Good. This is the 3 candle that we are interested in. So the reason why you guys know how we step down to this daily time frame. So now what we're expecting now is when market closed Wednesday on Friday, on Monday market opened being 3rd of November, market went up, tap into this zone. So what is this zone are we looking at? If you turn it to line chart, you see it's our A level structure. This is our A level. So which simply means we are correct in what we are doing. So what we need to do now is you step down to 4-hour time frame. If you still don't want to, 4-hour time frame is not all that compulsory. What you need to do is to just go directly to 1-hour time frame. So let's go down to 1-hour time frame. Now when you come here, this is where we now start looking for the 3rd option. Remember the 3rd strategy, which is what? Liquidity concepts. So at this point in time, you guys remember this line? This one was our weekly, what's it called? Daily. These are 2 daily horizontal line. So markets was going up. This is what market was doing. Market was going okay. Market was coming down. All of a sudden, this bottom here, double bottom, started going up. All of a sudden, market came down, and we expected market to push up, but market stopped around this area. Now did what? Made a what? Change of character to the downside. If you mark it from here to here, this was the change of character to the downside. Remember, we are looking at what? This particular concept, which is liquidity concept. Now, when markets came down here, when market went down here, what we now do is we now started saying, okay, where is our liquidity? Where should we take our entry? Now, looking at this particular thing, you see that here now we have our liquidity range here, our liquidity concept here. This is our liquidity, and above it is what? Our order block, which is what? Which is this, the last bullish candle down before the what's it called? Before markets went down. So let me remove this so that we can see it clearly. So at this point in time, we have been able to mark it. So what we are doing, those are swing traders, this is their own time. They can take their trade here, something like this. They can take their trade from here, put their stop loss here, and target what? Target the recent low, which is here. Yes, market will be few pips to your TP, all of a sudden it will reverse. But some of us that are day traders, what we need to do is just step down to 15 minutes time frame. When you come down to 15 minutes time frame, good. Here is our okay, good. So when you come down to 15 minutes time frame, let's expand it. Let's bring this thing down again. Now, good. When you come down to 15 minutes, now is those that are taking this other block, what they will now do is they will now put their entry here. So what would some people now do now? Some people will now refine their entry from here, expand it here, cover it. Now, when you expand it here, remember at this point in time, this is a fair value gap. Some people don't know about that, but let's not go there. So looking at this now, some people will refine their entry to this what to this last bullish candle before the market started pushing down. Remember, if you go to 1 hour time frame, you will not see it. You can take it backward to see this. If you go to that 1 hour, 1 hour time frame, you will not see this what's it called? This bullish candle here. You will not see it. It's only a 15 minutes time frame you see it clearly. So that's why I say going down to lower time frame to modify it or to refine your entry is very, very important. So when you now take it, when you now come here, you refine it to this level. Now you now take your entry. So when you now take your entry from here, use it. Take your entry from here. Put your stop loss here, the recent high. Now, when you now put your reason why this is our other block, sorry, supply zone. This is our supply zone. Sorry, this is our supply zone. So when you look at it, you mark it, your entry. Now, what will happen now is take your distance to the wall, recent low. This is our TP1. This is our TP1, which is very, very important. So whenever you are trading a profile account or that is on still of evaluation stage, it's always good to target 1:4, which is the best. This is 1:4. Okay, 1:4. So if your recent low, if your recent low is not up to is more than 1:4, you can still refine it a bit. Just give you 1:4 on the dot. You see. So if you refine it on the dot, you'll be having 1:4, which is this. So if you extend it, you see your TP will be smashed within how many minutes? Within, let's say, 2 hours, 1 hour to 2 hours. So this is it. So if you are trading a profile account, this is the best way to pass it. Now, some people now will be asking, okay, what happened to our recent market today? This is on Monday, the 3rd of November. This is on Monday. This particular analysis I'm making here, or this video I'm making here, I'm referencing the one that happened on Monday. So remember that this candle, this particular zone, this particular box I mark is just 3 candle, which is what our daily time frame candle. Let's go back so that you guys can see it better. If you go to our daily time frame, this is it. This is it. Just 1, 2, 3 candle. Let me zoom it a bit. 1, 2, 3 candle. So you see, you will be able to take your entry in a precise price level, and that will go your way directly. No, there is now you have nothing to lose. You have nothing. You will be at peace. So taking trade at a precise level is just the best. So remember how we got this entry was from our top-down analysis using MSNR, which is known as line chart. Now, if you look at this here now, you see markets using the same concept again. Markets couldn't tap our zone here, but no problem, don't panic. Now, remember what I told you guys here. If you look at it here, let me see markets. We saw that this particular candle was bullish, and all of a sudden, the next candle printed and was going up. To an extent, market started rejecting back and not close inside. So what we are interested to see is what? What we are interested to see is we are interested to see the next candle coming up. Let me see, coming up at this level, this particular level. If you turn it to line chart, this is our A setup, just like this one too. So we are interested to see this candle, the next candle, which is what? This, to come and take our entry from our A zone. We start it and start dropping down. So now, if you go down to, let's say, let's just say something like 4-hour time frame. Let's see it clearly. So using this particular concept, remember we use our what? MSNR to get this particular zone. So when you look at it now, what we are interested to know is now if you turn this into line charts, you'll be able to modify what? You'll be able to modify this. Here is it. You'll be able to modify. Let's put this thing so I can be able to get it correctly. Okay. So you'll be able to modify this. So now looking at this now, we have in some strategy they call this in class model, but that's not what we're talking about. So we have with MSNR, we have been able to, this is shoulder, head, shoulder. Some people will not see it after everything, but if we use our daily time frame on a candle this thing, you'll be able to see it. So now going down to 4 hour time frame, we have been able to capture our what? Our A sector, which is what? A. So this is our A here. So what we are going to do now is we go down to 1 hour time frame without wasting much time. We go down to 1 hour time frame. When you go down to 1 hour time frame, what turn it to candle, what will you be seeing? This is what you'll be seeing clearly, very, very clear. This was on which day? This was on Friday, November, being yesterday. So now you see markets, after markets make what? Markets, this market made what we call, this is our what? Break of structure, change of character to the downside. We all see it. Now, the what next? After this, remember we have used our CROT, which is what? Let me go back so that you guys can see it. This is our CROT here. This is our CROT here. This is it from here. This candle. This is our CROT here. This three candle. This indeed, after this bullish candle, market closed here, opened here, pushed up to an FM, come down, closed. Once you have these two candles, the next one is definitely going to tap into our A level and start going down. What is our A level? This is our A level from here. Let me put on this magnet. This is our A level. This is our A level. So now when you now go down to 4 hour time frame to refine this particular A level, you see that it's not in line with what you have. So when you now refine it, this is what we are going to see. So let's come down a bit. So now when you go down to 1 hour time frame, this is what you are going to see. Turn it to candlestick. So we see this is our change of character to the downside. Let's put where is our this is our change of character to the downside. Wait. Now, yes, this is our what? This is our breaker block. Some do call it order block or supply zone, supply block. So now this is our supply zone rather. So if you come down to 15 minutes time frame where we want to take an entry, you have to consider some liquidity. Where are our liquidity? Our liquidity here now. You see, so this is our liquidity. I think this should be done on 5 minutes time frame for clearer view. Good. So good. So when you go down to this 5 minutes time frame, so when you come to this particular area, so we see what this is our trend line liquidity. This is our trend line liquidity. So market was actually going up, got to this particular level. Remember this particular level, this is our what? CROT, or rather this is our A level, 4 hour candle A level. So after the markets went up, started coming down, we saw a change of character to the downside. So what we are now interested in to see is market coming around this zone for entry. So when market came around this zone, market was able to tap into this our zone, which is our supply zone. So when market came back to our supply zone, we were able to take what? Sell position. Put your stop loss here. Now, some people will now be asking, where will you put your take profit? Remember I said your take profit should be what? Your recent low. Here is our recent low. So if you take your entry from here, put your stop loss above. This we are getting a risk to reward of 1:2. 1:2.37. So remember we are targeting what? Always 1:4. So with this particular strategy, it can give you 1:4. So you now have to extend it to what? To the next recent low, which is this. So that is where you now extend it. So we're able to get 1:4 here. Just this is 1:4. This is how you just get your 1:4 without much much spending much time in the market without much having some difficulties in finding your setup. So this is how we're able to take very, very simple and clean setup. So now at this point in time, this thing now is our what? Who can tell me this what this thing is? Drop it in the comment section. Who can tell me this particular area? Who can tell me where what this is, what zone or what level, what is the time frame that markets, or what time frame is this, what time frame is this? Did market respect it or not? Market respected it good. Just drop it in the comment section. So tell me the time frame we use to get this analysis, this particular entry here. Tell me the time frame we use on the comment section. So if you have question, feel free to drop it in the comment section. If you don't have question or you feel like you want to chat me privately for mentorship or account passing. Okay, yes, that reminds me. I promise you guys that if you're able to stay to the end of this video, that I'm going to give you an offer or something of that nature. Okay, this is it here. Those that are still finding it difficult to pass the account, your problem are challenged. We do offer passing, what's it called? We do offer passing services. So we pass account for people, for traders who doesn't have that time or doesn't have that mind to pass the account. So and we do refund charges, like we charge to pass the account. Then if failure to pass the account, we refund you back within 24 to 48 hours. We refund you back. So there is nothing to fear about. If you feel like you want to learn it by yourself, and you want to contact me, I will drop my contact number on the description box. So feel free to contact me. Love you guys. Kindly subscribe, share, and comment. See you guys in my next video.